Hey guys, so this is the PAR framework, and the PAR stands for P is for preparation, A is for assistance, and R is for reflection. And you use this to guide your students through the reading process or through the lesson. So for preparation, usually this is done beforehand, the lesson, just kind of engage their prior knowledge on the lesson topic. So the three top strategies that I like for preparation is the KWL chart, the anticipation guide, and the analogies. So for the KWL chart, you have the K stands for what I already know, the W is what I want to know, and then the L is what I have learned. So they will use that, they'll put what they already know about it and what they would want to know before they read or before the lesson. So here's an example. They use Batman, and they included everything in the chart. And then this is another example of a KWL chart where they use science, and then the one on the right side is another form of putting the KWL chart together, which is more creative. Then we have the anticipation guide, where you give them the topic and you give them a list of statements, and you ask if they agree or don't agree, or if they feel that it's true or false. This is just getting them thinking on how they feel about different things, and at the end of the lesson, usually they'll go back and see if they were right or wrong. So these are other examples of anticipation guides as well. Then we have analogies, where they would look at the topic and see what they already know and compare it to things that they for sure know compared to the things that they're kind of familiar with. Then we have assistance. So the assistance part is where the teacher is guiding them along with the lesson or the reading choice, and they're helping them understand the information a lot better. So for the assistance, my strategies are mystery clue game, cause and effect diagram, and the jot chart. So the mystery clue game, basically you would get them in a group and they would come up with clue cards to a process on how to find something. So for example, for math, how to solve proportions, or how to find the slope of a graph, you would use different ones to find that out. For cause and effect diagram, this is what they would call a fishbone chart. So they have the causes and then they have the effect. This is another way of figuring out how to find cause and effects in the reading or in the lesson. When one event causes another to happen, the cause is why it happens, the effect is what happens. And then we have jot charts. So these are just posters on how to stop and jot while you're reading or during the lesson. So you would just write down notes that you think are important throughout the reading. This is also another example of a jot chart. You see on the left side is about different types of rocks, and then on the other side you find it's about force. So for reflection, which is going to get them thinking once again, because they're going to be talking about what they've learned during the lesson, is activities done to think about what the students learned. So my three strategies for that is post graphic organizers, connection chart, and my favorite, think, pair, share. So for the post graphic organizer, the one on the left side, you see what we would call the Frayer model. They would put the vocabulary word, if you're focusing on vocabulary words through the reading. In the center, you'll put the definition, picture, and examples and non-examples. These are other examples of a post-graphic organizer. You see they have the main idea in the center, and then you have your supporting details surrounding it. So connections chart, this is to get them thinking, how can they connect to the reading, or how can they connect to the topic of the lesson. So you have text to self, text to text, and text to world. Then my ultimate favorite, think, pair, share. So the way it works is that the teacher gives the students a question to think about on their own first. Then they pair up and they share what they were thinking. And then lastly, they share out into the class. So think, elbows to elbows, knees to knees. What are you thinking? Can you tell me, please? Think, pair, share is a form of cooperative learning because they are being formed into groups. They start off as an individual and then they end up in a big group. And these are just some quotes about reading and how reading is important in the classroom and that teachers should also read as well.